morning and welcome to Tuesday's edition of Channel Sport This Morning. I'm Taya Salam.
Good morning and welcome. I'm Cecilia Omolbe.
Always a pleasure to have you join us to talk sports. I'm Austin Okonakwan. And what other way can we begin this show this morning? We'll continue that drama series produced by Coach Sunday Olise. He's been talking tough. He says critics are insane. He wants you to stop judging the Super Eagles of Nigeria and give them time and support to progress.
Yeah, definitely he wants a fair criticism and not just criticizing for the sake of criticizing him. Okay, from there now straight to Sudan. What is happening there? Well, Aruna Quadri, Omar Asa are top seeds at the International Table Tennis Federation's Africa's top 16. And for Segun Teriola, the most decorated player in Africa, he's actually seeded 5th in the tournament.
Wow, good one. No surprises there at all. Austin and Cecilia, the best two players in Africa.
That's right.
Rightfully the top seeds for the African top 16. Also on the show, Chelsea have been dealt a serious injury blow following confirmation that Kurt Zouma will be out for 6 months after damaging his anterior cruciate ligament. Austin Sisi, no surprise there at all. Very sad. As soon as I saw that injury, especially when the replay, came on, I knew his ACL was gone.
Bad landing.
Yeah, definitely. Bad landing. I mean, I was talking with Anne, before we came on set. She says, I mean, you were not even in front of. She was actually trying to criticize him. I think Anne wasn't really fair on him. He said he was not even close to the goal post. It wasn't as if he was going to score.
There was no danger around.
There was no danger around him and all that. So he didn't actually need that jump. But he was trying to actually win back the ball and all that. So he was trying to
you were saying something about how young he is, energetic and
promising and all of that. We're talking about Chelsea, but what about that blow to France and the European Championship?
Yeah, what about that one as well?
That Zouma will not be taking part in. I like his zeal to grow. He keeps getting better game after game, finds his way into the 16 and 18-yard box and makes good finish of the ball. Let's start counting. Before you know it, 6 months is come and gone. I just hope that he comes back with the same form and the same energy.
That's the key there, Austin, because the ACL injury is one of the most common in football. And years ago, it used to be like a death sentence. Whenever it happened, you think that's the end of the career. But thankfully, the evolution of medicine has made it a lot easier.
Anything that has to do with the knee, the doctors will tell you when you're coming back, be careful, be careful. And psychologically, when you're going for, and he's a defender. You need to be strong, you need to go for it. And then you don't want to make those sliding tackles. When you lift, you're cautious of how you're landing.
Jump as well. Yeah, like Austin is trying to say, you might come back with that psychological block. But then, like I said, the evolution of medicine has made it easier. And I've seen players come back. Ronaldo de Lima is a very big example of someone that has come back from ACL injury, successfully. In the meantime, there's other players that have come back from that injury. They've not looked the same. Michael Essien. Anyways, Kurt Zouma this season is having a decent time with Chelsea. He's just 21, like you said, still very young. EPL games, 23 tackles, 1.3 per game, interceptions, 1.6. Really incredible. Cool. Clearances, defenders, it's very important you know how to play the ball.
And he's doing well with that.
5.3 blocks, 0.4. And defenders, you're supposed to foul once
in a He's a clean guy.
That's fair.
That's a clean guy.
That's a clean record, 0.4. So we just have to wish him good luck.
That's right.
In the recovery process. Hopefully comes back, a better
the
player.
Same Zouma, definitely a better player. That's the way it is. Okay, talking about Aruna Quadri now and Omar Asa, there's no surprises there at all because they are the top 2 players in Africa, and of course, for Segun Teriola, number 5 in that particular tournament.
That's
so definitely, they should all, my mind definitely will be with the Nigerian players because check what happened in Lagos the other time, when they came here and all that, when they just came and they stole the show and everything. But this time around, definitely, Aruna Quadri will definitely want to be at his best. To ensure that, what happened last year, Omar Hassan, of course, they were just the only ones who won the 3 major, single championships in 2015.
They didn't like it. That was in Yaoundé. Aruna Quadri was gutted that he didn't put up the sort of performance expected of himself in the final game. For Dina Meshref, it's been one way with Africa's women's table tennis.
Yes.
Our compatriot, Nadine Eldolatli, actually defeated Funke Oshonaike in the semis in Yaoundé and went on to play Dina. She fell to Dina in the final. So Dina Stirus come back to the men. These two guys, Aruna Quadri and Omar Assar. Yeah, in fact, what we saw in Poland was really heartwarming that they combined to play the doubles, and then they went all the way to the quarterfinals. Why does Aruna Quadri need to beat Omar Assar? He needs to beat Omar Assar this year to actually confirm that he's making steady progress. He's beating Omar Assar in the league in France, but when they come to major competitions in Africa, Omar just from nowhere, and then he's climbing on top of the entire table tennis board.
In Cairo, in Lagos, in Yaoundé.
But remember that he was at the top 16 in Lagos 3 years ago. The Aruna Quadri defeated Omar Assar. Now, after that,
like history.
We're talking last season.
Right now. We're talking about
Omar
last
Assar,
season.
in almost every competition he meets Quadri, he's winning.
3 titles, 2 at the expense of
Aruna Quadri.
So
right.
that rivalry is only going to get tougher. More intense, and that's what I'm looking forward to after the top 16, as well as the Nigerian Open coming further down the line.
That's right, and let's not forget to mention Segun Toriola. If at that age he's still being seeded number 5, it's really good for him. How can he get better? In Sudan, if he gets to, he needs to just sit down before the championship and say, I've been seeded number 5 at this championship. So it means I'm still a good player. If I can beat Aruna Quadri, if I can beat
Omar Assar,
let's say he beats El Sayed, the Egyptian that is number 3, and then beat Omar Assar, I can win this competition and go to the Olympics. He needs to do a lot of psychological work, but you see, he also needs our support. We're doing our part talking about it. The NSC must support, the Federation must support, because for me, this competition is all about Segun Toriola. It's not for Aruna Quadri or anybody. Aruna Quadri has already qualified for the Olympics. Olufunke Oshonaike has qualified. But Segun Toriola doesn't just want to qualify, he wants to break records.
Yes, becoming the first African to have
That's right.
Good luck to Segun Toriola. Hopefully, he's fully ready for the competition and has a great time.
We're still getting reactions. Nigerian football fans are talking about Sunday Olise and his outbursts. Was it necessary? Should it have come at this time of the year when the country is trying to reflect, they lost a chance and start preparing for that crucial game against Egypt? We want you to be part of the show this morning because there's still so much to talk about. Our feedback mechanisms are still the same on Twitter with channels_sports, verified Twitter handle. You can send us questions, comments, suggestions. We're ready to talk sports with you this morning. I'll just also let you know that on Facebook with channels-sports, you can send us an email to sportsthismorning@channelstv.com. But Twitter is already going crazy this morning. Keep them coming on Twitter or channels_sports. You can join the conversation. Make use of the hashtag. Of course, that one will lead it. Olise's outburst. What are you talking about? What do you think about Coach Sunday Olise and the talks that he gave out yesterday? Let's also make use of the hashtag Super Eagles. In all of these, there's a crucial game in March, and Nigerian football fans are saying we will not allow all of these talks get us distracted. The Super Eagles must pick a ticket to the African Cup of Nations. We're waiting, and of course, we spoke about the ITTF Africa Cup in Sudan. Talk to us using the hashtag ITTF Africa Cup. And we talked about Aruna Quadri being among the top seed for the competition. Oh my God, we're showing so much love to Zouma after picking up that injury that will keep him out of action for 6 months. Let's wish him well, particularly Chelsea fans. If you're Chelsea fans, show some love to Zouma. And then finally, we'll talk about the NBA. What is there for us this morning? Don't go anywhere, we'll let you know. Let's come back now. Talk about this one that a lot of Nigerians cannot ignore. Taya, we have tried on our part to understand why Coach Sunday Olise, said those words that he said. Yes, the coach has a point, and divided opinions in the social media. Some say the guy doesn't want to take the failures of others on himself. Others are saying that it's too early to start criticizing the team. But we always knew that Nigerian football has gotten to the state of emergency. These football fans just want you to go out there, play, and win.
Okay, when he actually, he actually sent a letter to Nigerian Football Federation and all that, apologizing that he never really
But that's yet to be official. Because Tony Bito, he said no word yet from the NFF, and they've not confirmed. So we will wait till the NFF says, because Tony only has apologized. And in fact, on Twitter and Facebook, Nigerians are saying they want an open apology. That if he comes out in public to say this and this and that, come out and say, I'm sorry, openly.
Because apparently it's got a lot of people inside, including you.
No. The critics. No, we don't.
He said he has been frustrated by the series of attacks. The attacks were actually great.
First of all,
he didn't know he was going to get that much backlash. I was like, was he not there when Stephen Keshin, who won? Who won the Nations Cup in 2013?
Yes.
And of course, the next year he failed to qualify. And what happened? They said technically he was let me not use the word.
Especially with the amount of coaches we have in Nigeria alone.
Twitter coaches, Facebook coaches, and all that.
See 3 coaches right here.
No, I'm not a coach. No, I'm not a coach.
No, you are the coach. You can actually give information of how a coach should pick his first.
Well, not the coach. Sonny only says.
I haven't done my coaching badges yet, so that's why I don't like
you can actually go there and pick it up because he said
anyways,
that.
my point is, I just want to know, like, is there a correlation between insanity and criticism? Because that's what it seems to imply in his message. I want to know whether it's directly proportional, like whether it's the amount of criticism you make determines how insane you are.
I think that's it. Okay, you know what? Maybe we need to hear from him because you played the part 1. The second part 2 on Sport Tonight last time. Maybe we should just show our viewers the part 1, not half of it. Listen, the first 2 minutes of that part where he says, well, those who are actually criticizing him they're not okay.